Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia for tonight's game. The Atlanta Hawks are on the road tonight to take on the Atlanta Hawks. I'm Kevin Calabro, distributing the play-by-play to former NBA point guard Kenny Smith.
Good times, Kevin. This should be a good one.
The festivities are about to get underway, so let's hear tonight's starting five for the home team.
Guess they're in a big hurry. Let's head courtside for the action.
Atlanta controls the opening tip. Bibby showing no ice coming out of the locker room. The screen is set. Doing the dirty work inside, he won that battle. We're off of I-93, just blocks from the Charles River in Boston for tonight's game. The Boston Celtics are in the building to take on the Boston Celtics. I'm Kevin Calabro, joined as always by former NBA All-Star point guard Kenny Smith.
Thanks, Kevin. Always a pleasure to call a game with you.
Now let's go courtside for home team introductions.
Number 43, Kendrick Perkins.
No time for anything else from us. Let's head courtside for the action.
Boston corrals the opening tip. Allen flips, got there but couldn't finish.
127. Keep coming. Watch the right.
As easy as they come.
No chance for...
We're in the heart of uptown Charlotte for tonight's game inside the Charlotte Bobcats arena. The Charlotte Bobcats have traveled here to take on the Charlotte Bobcats. I'm Kevin Calabro, joined courtside by Kenny Smith in the best seats in the house.
Oh, I like this gig. I get out here without getting tossed around by the big fellas.
Let's look at the home bench as tonight's starting five is about to be introduced.
Let's get this thing underway already.
The Bobcats win the opening tip.
Get that.
Okafor gets a finger on the pass but can't prevent it from going out of bounds. Mohammed with the screen.
George. Shot, come on.
Wallace trying to get his offense going on early.
With a two-point shot.
BB.
Welcome to the windy city of Chicago. We're nice and toasty here inside the United Center. The Chicago Bulls have invaded the building to face the Chicago Bulls. I'm Kevin Calabro, calling the play-by-play tonight with my partner Kenny Smith on color duty.
Just settling in, hoping that we have a good one on tap.
The home team introduction is getting set. Let's listen in.
Center, number 13, Joakim Noah. At power forward.
No time for anything else from us. It's game time.
Out.
The Bulls win the opening tip.
1.
Tough shot on the way. Rebound collected by Rose. Stolen.
Lazy pass, and he pays the price.
Heavy metal thunder.
Derrick Rose.
See. On the left. Get that.
Pass ripped off by Gooden.
Not a crisp pass. He needs more zip on it.
Welcome to the Q in Cleveland, Ohio for tonight's game. The Cleveland Cavaliers are in the building to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm Kevin Calabro, and Kenny Smith is next to me to call tonight's action.
Thanks, Kevin. Always happy to be here.
Now let's hear the starting five for the home team.
Now the starting lineup for your Cleveland Cavaliers.
Guess they're in a big hurry. Let's head courtside for the action.
See it.
Cleveland handles the opening tip. Serbiak gives his team the first field goal of the game.
D. Backstreet.
Welcome to American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas for tonight's game. The Dallas Mavericks have invaded the building tonight to take on the Dallas Mavericks. I'm Kevin Calabro, joined by Kenny Smith, who instead of dishing passes, will be dishing pearls of basketball wisdom.
Thanks, KC. Excited as always to be courtside.
And now it's time to dim the lights and give the home crowd those goosebumps with the introduction of the starting five.
At shooting guard, number 31, Jason Terry. At small forward, number 5, Josh Howard.
Guess they're in a big hurry. It's game time.
Get there.
And the Mavericks get the first possession. Follows the screen. Howard flips. Coming away with a board is Howard.
Second play.
Nowitzki releases the J. Rebound hand. Welcome to Denver, Colorado for tonight's game. The Denver Nuggets have traveled here to face the Denver Nuggets. I'm Kevin Calabro, and I have the pleasure of working tonight's game with former NBA point guard Kenny Smith.
I'm strapping myself in, Kevin. I expect this to be some quality entertainment.
What's the key matchup in this contest, Kenny?
Carmelo Anthony can hurt you in so many ways. Smooth jumper, drive to the basket with either hand, post up, you name it.
Thanks, Kenny. It's time to hear the home team introduction, so let's go courtside.
Stephen Hunter. At point guard,
No time for anything else from us. Let's head courtside for the action.
Get there.
Denver controls the opening tip.
B.
Forces one up in traffic. Hunter pulls it away.
Second play.
Martin, our first scoring leader of the night, as he gets the game's first basket. We're inside the Palace of Auburn Hills for tonight's game. The Detroit Pistons are in the building to square off against the Detroit Pistons. I'm Kevin Calabro, excited to once again be calling the action alongside the great Kenny Smith.
There's no place I'd rather be, except maybe at home with my controller in my hand.
The PA announcer is ready for the introduction of the starting lineup for the home team.
number 36, Rasheed Wallace. At power
Let's get this thing underway already.
Get there.
Detroit with the opening tip.
Three.
Tries the J. Phillips gets the first field goal of the game.
Had a defender hanging with him, but found enough room to get off the shot and made it.
B.
He uses the screen. Defense all over him on the shot. Credit the defense there. Crossover, slick move. Welcome to Oakland, California for tonight's game. The Golden State Warriors are in the building to play the Golden State Warriors. I'm Kevin Calabro, along with Kenny Smith tonight to call the action.
Thanks, KC. Always special to call a game with one of the best in the biz.
Monte Ellis could be the X factor tonight, Kenny.
He's a blast to watch when he has the ball in his hands. I wouldn't want to guard him, and it's a good thing I don't have to.
Can't beat that kind of analysis. Thanks, Kenny. Now let's go courtside for home team introductions.
at shooting guard, number 1, Stephen Jackson. At small forward, number 50, Corey McKinney.
Guess they're in a big hurry. Let's head courtside for the action.
See it.
Golden State will take the opening tip.
Left side.
Can't finish the job on the layup.
I don't know if he's shocked to get that close to the rim or he just lost concentration.
Past the good screen there. Harrington for 2. The defense parted like the Red Sea, and he walked on through for 2.
27.
Ellis with the Jimmy. Well covered, better shot. Welcome to tonight's game. The Houston Rockets have traveled here to square off against the Houston Rockets. I'm Kevin Calabro, and joining me to call tonight's action, Kenny Smith.
Thanks, Kevin. A pleasure as always.
Tracy McGrady should be an important factor tonight, Kenny.
He's one of the league's premier scorers. He should get the ball early, and if he finds the range, watch out.
Thanks, Kenny. The table is set. Now listen in on tonight's starting lineup for the home team.
At center, number 11, Yao Ming. At point guard, number 12, Rayford Alston. At small forward, number 31, Shane Battier. At shooting guard, number 1,
Guess they're in a big hurry. It's game time.
Get that, get that.
The Rockets get the first possession. Follows the screen. Now there's how you work down low.
Shot good by Tracy McGrady.
D, D. Watch right.
Alston for two. No good. He forced that a bit. Welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana for tonight's game. The Indiana Pacers have traveled here to face the Indiana Pacers. I'm Kevin Calabro, distributing the play-by-play to former NBA point guard Kenny Smith.
Thanks, Kevin. Always a pleasure to call a game with you.
Let's not waste another second as we head courtside for the starting lineup for the home team.
Pacers. At center, number 10, Jeff Foster. At power forward, number 3.
No time for anything else from us. Let's head courtside for the action.
Get that.
Indiana controls the opening tip. Setting up from the post. Dunleavy from the baseline. There's the goods, baby.
The defender had him eyed like a hawk watching a mouse, but it wasn't enough.
B.
Welcome to Los Angeles for tonight's game. The Los Angeles Clippers are in the building to square off against the Los Angeles Clippers. I'm Kevin Calabro, joined as always by former NBA All-Star point guard Kenny Smith.
Oh, I like this gig. I get out here without getting tossed around by the big fellas.
Kenny, who do you think's going to have a big say before this game's over?
Baron Davis is strong and fast, a deadly combo. He'll shoot over you and drive past you. Either way, he's determined to win. Guess they're in a big hurry. Let's get this thing underway already.
Get that.
The Clippers with the opening tip. Camby likes the baseline look. Camby controls the board.
B.
Davis opens the scoring.
Assisted by Baron Davis.
D up.
The bold and the beautiful are congregated here as we're inside the Staples Center in Los Angeles for tonight's game. The Los Angeles Lakers have traveled here to take on the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm Kevin Calabro, and Kenny Smith is also in the house to provide his insight on tonight's action.
Thanks, Kevin, and welcome everyone.
As we approach the opening tip, here's the PA announcer with tonight's starting five on the home side.
Kyle Gasol. At center, number 17, Andrew.
No time for anything else from us. It's game time.
Get that.
The Lakers handle the opening tip. Kobe Bryant fires. Tough attempt doesn't go. Bynum cracks the lid on the scoreboard.
The small things like boxing out and securing rebounds can make a lot of difference tonight.
D.
He uses the screen. Short jumper. Oh, yes, that's good for two.
With a two-point shot.
Hey, 1.
Odom tries to clear his... We're just a few short blocks from the legendary Mississippi River, inside the FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee for tonight's game. The Memphis Grizzlies are set to face the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm Kevin Calabro, joined courtside by Kenny Smith in the best seats in the house.
Thanks, Kevin. If I can't be on the court, this is the next best thing.
The PA announcer is getting ready to introduce the home team, so let's go courtside.
At power forward, number 21, Hakeem Hornet. At point guard,
Let's get this thing underway already.
Out.
Memphis controls the opening tip. Gay with quick hands on the steal. A little extra spice on the power finish.
B.
Welcome to Miami for tonight's game. The Miami Heat have traveled here to do battle against the Miami Heat. I'm Kevin Calabro, and Kenny Smith is next to me to call tonight's action.
Thanks, Kevin. Always happy to be here.
And we head courtside to see who is in tonight's starting lineup for the home team.
and now the starting lineup for your Miami Heat. At center, number 15, Mark Lount. At power forward,
Guess they're in a big hurry. Let's head courtside for the action.
Get there.
Miami controls the opening tip.
C.
Wade hopes that's a sign of good things to come.
Dwayne Wade.
35.
Welcome to the Bradley Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for tonight's game. The Milwaukee Bucks are in the building to square off against the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm Kevin Calabro, honored to once again have Kenny Smith with me courtside.
Thanks, KC. Excited as always to be courtside.
And we're ready to hear the starting five for the home team tonight.
Your Milwaukee Bucks. At power forward, number 31, Charlie Villanueva.
Guess they're in a big hurry. Let's get this thing underway already.
Get that.
Milwaukee with the opening tip.
D.
Red for two. Long rebound secured by Bogut.
Keep coming. Set the screen.
Lou, the first to get in the scoring column tonight.
Second play.
Welcome to Minneapolis, Minnesota for tonight's game. The Minnesota Timberwolves are in the building to go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm Kevin Calabro, calling the play-by-play tonight with my partner Kenny Smith on color duty.
I'm strapping myself in, Kevin. I expect this to be some quality entertainment.
In your mind, who are the key players in this matchup?
Al Jefferson is a force inside. He rebounds well, and he'll block some shots for you. You can put him down for a double-double.
Great analysis, as always, Kenny. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineup for the home team.
Number 1, Rashad McCants. At small forward, number 33, Mike Miller.
No time for anything else from us. Let's head courtside for the action.
Get that.
T-Wolves get the first possession.
D.
Off target. Offensive board handled by Love. Bam!
They have to get busy on the boards.
D up.
Welcome to East Rutherford, New Jersey for tonight's game. The New Jersey Nets have traveled here to meet up with the New Jersey Nets. I'm Kevin Calabro, and I have the pleasure of working tonight's game with former NBA point guard Kenny Smith.
Good times, Kevin. This should be a good one.
And as the lights dim, let's go courtside for the home team starting five.
At shooting guard,
Guess they're in a big hurry. It's game time.
Get that.
New Jersey controls the opening tip. Carter for two. Wouldn't go. Lopez battles for the offensive board.
This is a team that has to be aggressive on the boards, especially on the defensive end to limit second chances.
First play. Back screen.
On the wing for the... Welcome to New Orleans for tonight's game. The New Orleans Hornets are getting set to square off against the New Orleans Hornets. I'm Kevin Calabro, excited to once again be calling the action alongside the great Kenny Smith.
There's no place I'd rather be, except maybe at home with my controller in my hand.
As the tip approaches, let's head courtside for the introduction of tonight's starting lineup for the home team.
Number 6, Tyson Chandler. At power forward, number 30.
No time for anything else from us. It's game time.
Get that. Get that.
The Hornets get the first possession. Chandler sets the screen. Peja fires. Peterson patrolling the offensive glass. Great concentration to knock that down in traffic.
If they get dominated in the rebounding column, it's going to be a long night.
35.
On the corner of 32nd and 7th in the heart of Manhattan, we welcome you to tonight's game. The New York Knicks are getting set to square off against the New York Knicks. I'm Kevin Calabro. With me is Kenny Smith, who isn't too far from his hometown of Queens tonight.
Just settling in, hoping that we have a good one on tap.
Zach Randolph really is a key for this team tonight, isn't he, Kenny?
He has the ability to control the momentum of the game with his inside defense. If he's having his way, the opponent usually has to rely on outside shooting to score consistently.
Thanks, Kenny. We're now ready to listen in on tonight's starting lineup for the home team.
Number 23, Quentin Richardson. At power
Let's get this thing underway already.
Get that. Get that. D. D.
Crawford breaks the ice with that basket.
Jamal Crawford.
Welcome to Washington, D.C. for tonight's game. Oklahoma City is here to take on Oklahoma City. I'm Kevin Calabro, and joining me to call tonight's action, Kenny Smith.
Thanks, Kevin, and welcome everyone.
As you look at these two teams, who sticks out as a potential X factor?
At 6'9", Kevin Durant has the ability to create his own shot. He's dangerous from the outside, but he's still developing moves in attacking the basket.
Thanks, Kenny. Astute analysis as always. Now let's hear the starting five for the home team.
Number 54.
No time for anything else from us. Let's head courtside for the action.
Get that. Get that.
Oklahoma City controls the opening tip. Baseline Jimmy. Now he'll shoot, and now he'll score.
Hits the two-pointer.
First play.
Welcome to Orlando, Florida for tonight's game. The Orlando Magic are in the building to square off against the Orlando Magic. I'm Kevin Calabro. My partner in crime tonight is former NBA guard Kenny Smith.
Oh, I like this gig. I get out here without getting tossed around by the big fellas.
We're about ready to get this shindig underway, but first it's the introduction of the starting five.
Center. Number 12, Dwight Howard.
Guess they're in a big hurry. Let's get this thing underway already.
Out, out, out.
Orlando controls the opening tip. Strong screen here by Howard. Nelson finds a gaping hole in the defense. Yes, sir.
Thirty-five. Watch left.
Turkoglu flips. Welcome to Philadelphia for tonight's game. The Philadelphia 76ers have traveled here to take on the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm Kevin Calabro, distributing the play-by-play to former NBA point guard Kenny Smith.
Thanks, KC. Always special to call a game with one of the best in the biz.
Elton Brand usually has a big say in the outcome of a game, Kenny.
He is a defensive force in the paint. He can disrupt an offensive game plan and force everything to the perimeter.
Thanks, Kenny. We'll see how it plays out. Now let's go courtside for home team introductions.
Andre Iguodala at small forward, number 21, Thaddeus Young. At power forward, number 42, Elton.
No time for anything else from us. It's game time.
Philadelphia controls the opening tip. Past the good screen there. Miller flips. Strong rebound. Iguodala heads back down court after the night's first bucket. Welcome to Phoenix, Arizona for tonight's game. The Phoenix Suns are in town to take on the Phoenix Suns. I'm Kevin Calabro, joined as always by former NBA All-Star point guard Kenny Smith.
Thanks, Kevin. A pleasure as always.
What's the key matchup in this contest, Kenny?
Few people explode to the rim like Amari Stoudemire. He's so good down low because he's just a better athlete than almost anyone else.
Now that's insight, my friends. It's time to hear the home team introduction, so let's go courtside.
32, Shaquille O'Neal. At point guard, number 13.
Guess they're in a big hurry. It's game time.
The Suns win the opening tip. Hill launches. No go. Secures the board. Welcome to Portland, Oregon for tonight's game. The Portland Trailblazers are in town to square off against the Portland Trailblazers. I'm Kevin Calabro, joined by Kenny Smith, who instead of dishing passes, will be dishing pearls of basketball wisdom.
Thanks, Kevin. Always happy to be here.
Greg Oden is someone I know you think is key to this game, Kenny.
He's a glorified bully down low, and I mean that as a compliment. He's a great inside defender who will play a major role tonight.
Can't beat that kind of analysis. Thanks, Kenny. The home team introduction is getting set. Let's listen in.
Greg Oden. At point guard, number 0, Sharon Bayless. At small forward,
Guess they're in a big hurry. Let's head courtside for the action.
Portland grabs the opening tip. A smooth effort to get that one in despite tight defense.
It's never easy, but that was the hard way.
D. Yours.
Welcome to Sacramento, California for tonight's game. The Sacramento Kings are in the house to face the Sacramento Kings. I'm Kevin Calabro, and Kenny Smith is also in the house to provide his insight on tonight's action.
Thanks, KC. Excited as always to be courtside.
Brad Miller should be an important factor tonight, Kenny.
He can straight up score. And if he's feeling good, I'm not sure there's a defender in this league who can match against him one-on-one.
Thanks, Kenny. Now let's hear the starting five for the home team.
at center, number 52, Brad Miller. At point.
No time for anything else from us. Let's head courtside for the action.
And the Kings control the tip. From the baseline, Garcia in the scoring column early.
With a 2-point shot.
Welcome to San Antonio, Texas for tonight's game. The San Antonio Spurs have traveled here to take on the San Antonio Spurs. I'm Kevin Calabro, and Kenny Smith is next to me to call tonight's action.
Thanks, Kevin. If I can't be on the court, this is the next best thing.
Kenny, who do you think's going to have a big say before this game's over?
Tony Parker's more of a shooting point guard, but he's hardly one-dimensional. He plays some great defense, too.
Thanks, Kenny. The table is set, and we're ready to hear the starting five for the home team tonight.
Number 21, Tim Duncan. At point guard.
Guess they're in a big hurry. Let's get this thing underway already.
San Antonio handles the opening tip. Duncan sets the screen. Parker flips.
Two-pointer good by Tony Parker.
B.
We're north of the border for tonight's game in Toronto, Ontario. The Toronto Raptors are in town to take on the Toronto Raptors. I'm Kevin Calabro, honored to once again have Kenny Smith with me courtside.
I'm strapping myself in, Kevin. I expect this to be some quality entertainment.
We're just moments away from the opening tip, so let's hear the starting lineup for the home team.
At shooting guard, number 18.
Guess they're in a big hurry. It's game time.
Get that.
The Raptors get the tip.
Five.
Parker extends for the J. Shot lands with a thud.
They can't get complacent and settle for a lot of jump shots. I think they need to be aggressive in attacking the basket.
Explosion.
Anthony Parker.
Welcome to EnergySolutions Arena in the heart of downtown Salt Lake City for tonight's game. The Utah Jazz are in the building to face the Utah Jazz. I'm Kevin Calabro, along with Kenny Smith tonight to call the action.
Good times, Kevin. This should be a good one.
The time is near for the opening tip, so let's listen in on tonight's home team starting five.
At shooting guard, number 9. Ronnie.
Let's get this thing underway already.
See it.
The Jazz start off with the ball.
See.
Follows the screen. Brewer kicks off the scoring with that bucket.
Ronnie Brewer.
35.
Welcome to tonight's game. The Washington Wizards are getting set to battle against the Washington Wizards. I'm Kevin Calabro, calling the play-by-play tonight with my partner Kenny Smith on color duty.
Thanks, Kevin. Always a pleasure to call a game with you.
Caron Butler could be the X factor tonight, Kenny.
He could take over the game if he gets hot from the floor. The defense has to know where he is at all times.
Thanks, Kenny. We're now ready to listen in on tonight's starting lineup for the home team.
At shooting guard, number 2. Deshaun Stevenson. At small.
No time for anything else from us. It's game time.
Get that.
Washington controls the opening tip.
Move it.
No.
27, run 27.
Welcome to tonight's game. The Eastern All-Stars are in the building to take on the Western All-Stars. I'm Kevin Calabro, and I have the pleasure of working tonight's game with former NBA point guard Kenny Smith.
Thanks, KC. Always special to call a game with one of the best in the biz.
Carmelo Anthony usually has a big say in the outcome of a game, Kenny.
He can fill that bucket up, and he'll do it over and over again until the defense proves it can stop him.
Good stuff, Kenny. Thanks. Now,
Guess they're in a big hurry. Let's get this thing underway already.
Out.
the Eastern Conference All-Stars control the opening tip. Garnett has the early feel as he gets the first basket of the game.
35.
Welcome to Albuquerque, New Mexico for tonight's game. The Albuquerque Thunderbirds are in town to take on the Albuquerque Thunderbirds. The Thunderbirds have the opening tip. In the post. The throwdown and the foul.
And there was a foul called on the play.
Vasilakos at the... Welcome to Anaheim, California for tonight's game. The Anaheim Arsenal are in town to take on the Anaheim Arsenal. The Arsenal with the opening tip.
35.
Choi in the post. Carico steps in front of the pass.
Get back, get back.
Dunk and one.
So there was a foul call.
Welcome to Des Moines, Iowa for tonight's game. The Iowa Energy are in town to take on the Iowa Energy. The Energy with the opening tip.
D up, D up.
Determined effort on the shot. Gonzalez wastes no time as he's the first player on the scoreboard.
It would be hard to play better defense. The shot was just too good.
C.
On your right, on your right.
Welcome to Austin, Texas for tonight's game. The Austin Toros are in town to take on the Austin Toros. The Toros have the opening tip.
1. See it. Same team.
Missing those will build the frustration quickly.
27.
Volek out of the block and into the scoring column. Welcome to Bakersfield, California for tonight's game. The Bakersfield Jam are in town to take on the Bakersfield Jam. The Jam with the opening tip.
C.
Battles good D to get the shot off. Stout defense as he puts it up.
D.
Welcome to Broomfield, Colorado for tonight's game. The Colorado 14ers are in town to take on the Colorado 14ers. The 14ers get the first possession. Quillen showing no ice coming out of the locker room.
D up.
Come on, left side, left side.
Welcome to Bismarck, North Dakota for tonight's game. The Dakota Wizards are in town to take on the Dakota Wizards. The Wizards start off with the ball. Ho with the first basket of the night.
The 2-pointer.
BB.
Welcome to Fort Wayne, Indiana for tonight's game. The Fort Wayne Mad Ants are in town to take on the Fort Wayne Mad Ants. The Mad Ants get the first possession. Rhodey gets the first field goal of the game.
With a 2-point shot.
27. Back pick.
Welcome to Boise, Idaho for tonight's game. The Idaho Stampede are in town to take on the Idaho Stampede. The Stampede with the opening tip. Was with the foul on the miss.
Stepping to the line for a pair. Eric.
Welcome to tonight's game. The Los Angeles Defenders are in town to take on the Los Angeles Defenders. The Defenders get the first possession. The screen is set. He beat the defense and gets rewarded with a three-point opportunity. Smith heads to the line.
To the line.
Welcome to Sioux Falls, South Dakota for tonight's game. The Sioux Falls Skyforce are in town to take on the Sioux Falls Skyforce. The Skyforce get the first possession. Gets the shot off in a crowd. Jackson, our first scoring leader of the night, as he gets the game's first basket.
It drops as he says, "Take that," to the defender who thought he had that shot covered.
Past the good screen there. Looks like he lost focus at the wrong time. Welcome to Tulsa, Oklahoma for tonight's game. The Tulsa 66ers are in town to take on the Tulsa 66ers. The 66ers control the opening tip. Follows the screen.
Bring it back.
Dances off the rim.
Board. CCC.
Welcome to Hidalgo, Texas for tonight's game. The Rio Grande Valley Vipers are in town to take on the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. The Vipers get the first possession. The screen is set. Miller, baseline jumper. Davis with the offensive board and the clock resets. Nice finish on the tough layup.
They can't be giving the other team a lot of extra possessions.
CCC.
Welcome to Orem, Utah for tonight's game. The Utah Flash are in town to take on the Utah Flash. The Flash with the opening tip. Rodriguez cracks the lid on the scoreboard.
Aaron Rodriguez.
D up. Down screen.
Past the good screen.